Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Hello everybody, it's Monday, November the 4th of the Duck Adventure, and it's amazing how the ducks, I don't know what it is, if they can sense that the swamp is frozen, because they didn't even try to go to the swamp today, and they reverted back to their roots. And actually we've got the Muscovies here. They're, we've got a couple that are in here in the hedge, and they're just hanging around with each other. But the ducks have gone back to where they basically spent about a month of their lives by the apple tree here, even though there's no apples. But they're all sleeping in here in the bush. It's the middle of the day. It's it's about 11 o'clock, or no, it's about 12:30, 12 o'clock right now. And the ducks are hanging in the bush. They're not interested in going to the swamp because the swamp is frozen. It was like minus 9.8 last night. Almost hit minus 10. So we're supposed to get some crazy warm weather here, which is going to be, it's sad, but it's something that has to be done. Is the cull's going to happen this week, Thursday actually. I'm picking up the chicken plucker on Wednesday night. Got a lot of work ahead of us. We're going to set up a little holding pen for them. We're going to do the big census on Wednesday and separate them. And the males, all the small males are going. We're only keeping the really big males and all the females. And but just look at them here. They're here in the shade. They're not even in the sun. You know, so obviously they don't need, you know, any warmth at all. You know, they're sitting here in the coldest place you could be is in the shade. They're sleeping away, doing their duck thing. But like all of them are just sleeping crazy here. This morning was some crazy flying action. We had 4 Muscovy females give us some serious flight. So, but that's what the ducks are up to today. And so the rush home now. Yesterday they did mid-afternoon take a scoot down to the swamp. They might do it again today. I don't know. It's hard to say, but like everything's still frozen. It's only 1 degree Celsius today is the high, and it feels it. It's cool. So look how slow they're going. They're just like so relaxed. I guess they feel safe up here. Yeah, you flap those wings. Unless you're a big one, I'm sorry, you're going to freezer camp. So that's the duck afternoon update. Not much is happening here. They're basically just sleeping the day away. Crazy ducks. But you know, gotta give them some credit here. The swamp's frozen and they know it. They didn't even try to go down. So I think they're getting sick of hanging around the landing. Personally, I would too. Now we're supposed to get like 13 or 14 degree high on Thursday, but it's going to be raining. But that doesn't matter as long as it's 13 or 14. We got the chicken plucker, and we're gonna videotape that for you guys so you can see the process. But I think we're going to probably be culling about 90 birds, based on my rough counting here on the number of drakes. So I think there's about 60 or 70 hens, or females I should say. So that's the duck update for this afternoon. Not much happening, but they're relaxing, enjoying themselves in the bush, and you know, they have no urge to go near the water. I even put water out for them here today. I don't know. They're not doing anything except just laying around. And those 3. Oh, Rocco scared the 3 away. So that's the duck update for today. And I gotta go back to work because I got a lot to do this week, getting ready for this big. This is the biggest cull we've ever done. I've never done this many birds in one day, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But that whiz bang we're renting is the answer. I'm sort of excited about watching a duck get plucked in under a minute and a half. You know, it never fails when you don't have the camera running. Something really cute happens, and it was so funny because the about 80 ducks decided they wanted to rush Rocco, and they went after him, and they literally went after him, and then he was doing his pathetic bark and run. Oh, Rocky, you're so slow. But look at this. They come right back to him. They're all looking at him, even though he just, give a little bit of a burst. But watch this. Look at them. They're coming right after him again. Okay, now they're looking at me. It's so funny. It must have been about 50 ducks, and they all went right up to Rocco, and he didn't like it, and he did that little burst thing he does because he's not very quick. He's so old, and then they turned around and went right back at him again. It's like they know that he's useless and can't catch them. Oh, see? But just watch, they'll come right back. Then Rocco lays down, and the ducks come back. They're coming around behind him. It looks like about 40 of them. Too funny. As soon as I turn the camera off, something really cute's gonna happen. But they're watching them, like they're about 6.5 feet away from them. God, ducks crack me up. I'm going to get out of it and do my duck chores here because I've got to get their water filled up. And I'll show you the new pail I just bought for the ducks today. I was looking at poultry feeders or poultry water, and I didn't like them. They were just too hard to clean, and ducks really need to be able to wash their beaks out, because I didn't know this, but I'll show you here. Unless a duck, we've got a good shot here of one for you. Unless a duck can wash out this part of their beak, unless they can wash that out right there. Whoa, don't move so much, duck. They need to wash out their nostrils right there. And if they can't wash their nostrils out, they can get a yeast infection. I didn't know this, and that's why ducks, it's very important. Like you can feed them, you can let them use like a chicken, like a poultry water hanger, but they still need access to water that they can dunk their beaks into, because they need to wash their nostrils out. Because if they don't, they can get a yeast infection, which I didn't know this. So planning for the winter, I've got, there's lots of, chicken, tons of chicken watering stations available. There's so many. I looked at about 5 of them today at the feed store, and none of them allowed the water to get deep enough that a duck could dunk his face in it, and they need to dunk their face in it to clean their nostrils out. So walked around the whole feed store, and it was, I was there about 20 minutes, and they were pulling their hair out trying to help me out, and they couldn't find anything. And then I was walking by the horse section, and there was these heated buckets, and they had every size from literally a 2.5 gallon to a 20 gallon. But I got this 5 gallon, and it's made in the States. It's 5 gallons, and it's got the cord built into the bottom that you can hide. There's the little cords in there to pull it out, and it said that it's good to minus 20 Fahrenheit. So that means I can hang this outside. And it's double walled. It's a double walled plastic. You can actually see the 2 layers of plastic. So it's a bucket inside of a bucket. And in the light, which I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you can see it. I'll take this cord out, and you can see. But it's a 120 watt element that wraps all the way around. You can see it, and that keeps it heated. You can see the thermostat in the bottom. Actually, it's showing up pretty good here. The thermostat in the bottom, and it burns 115 watts of power, and it gives me 5 gallons of water. And the nice thing is that I can hang it so that the ducks don't try to keep it just off the ground like that. I'll hang it where the normal feeders were, and I'll put an old railroad tie in front of it. I'll show you what I did with the other one here. I have another one. This one used to be my old dog pail when the guys were out, when I used to have a lot of dogs outside, and it hangs so that way they won't get inside of it. There's a railroad tie piece there. They can get on top of that when it gets when it's too not enough water in it and they can't get reached down. But so far they've been drinking out of it, and the water won't freeze. So I got one of these. That one I think is about a 3.5 gallon. It's a rubber one, and it's not as energy efficient as this plastic one I just bought. But I think I've solved my outdoor clean water. That's the point. It's the clean water for drinking. They've got the bathtub to play in, and they can drink out of it, but I prefer that they have a clean source of water, because I want my ducks to be healthy. So that's what I've come up with water so far. It's a hit and miss. I've only had about 3 nights of minus 10 to discover that everything I'm coming up with doesn't work. But so far, this seems like the answer. We'll see. Anyways, I gotta clean up here and do my chores and fill everything up for the night, so the ducks have lots of food and water for tonight. But that's you could almost say this is the rush home video, afternoon update / everything all at once, and a little bit of a Rocco adventure. Muscovies are having a nap. They're basically staying in the yard here because the swamp's frozen, and they know it. It's amazing how they know it's a waste of time to go down there. They haven't even tried to go to the swamp today. Not even went down to look. They've just been walking around the lawn, eating grass, which is great because I didn't want to cut the lawn. I can actually take the mower deck off the tractor. So, my ducks, they're so cute. Thursday's the big day. We're going to be doing the cull. So Wednesday we do the census and separate them and do the count and figure out how many drakes are going and keep the biggest drakes and have everybody separated for Thursday. It was supposed to be 14 degrees Celsius here, and it's supposed to be rain, but at least it'll be warm. And we're going to get the big cull happening and get the flock down to the breeding flock for next year and fill my freezer full of duck meat. It's a bittersweet day. If it wasn't for winter coming, I wouldn't cull so many of them. But this part of the world, trying to keep 160 ducks in our situation here, I'm just not set up for it. It's too much. I don't have enough room. Even with the barn converted, 160 ducks is a lot of ducks in one spot. You need, based on what I've seen so far, you'd need about a 20-foot by 40-foot barn to keep this many ducks over the winter. And my barn's only 16 by 20. So, all right. So that's the duck afternoon update, and I'm going to get to work here and get the chores done. I'm just doing the duck chores here, and it's hilarious because they're harassing me for food. I'm getting to it. I had to get their water set up. But I've got ducks all over the place, and they're just it's so cute. I miss them, when they were. Oh, there's a big male. Look at him go. Oh, and that's a male that just did that. Oh, there's some more males. Oh, there's a female flying. You know, it won't be long and they'll just go in and out of the pen on their own. But that was a male that just did that. Getting a lot of flying. I said November was going to be the month, and so far I'm right, man. They're flying. I gotta get this some food to these guys. They're craving food big time here. Hey guys, girls, ducks. Oh, more flying action. They're all congregating down here. I better get the food happening here before they fly away.